This episode was brought to you by ladies. Step up your lash game and join the Mink Lash Gang. With over 20 lash styles, Mink Lash Gang is your go-to for high-quality, affordable mink lashes. Featuring a durable, lightweight, and easy-to-apply band, with proper care, your lashes will last up to 25 wears. Visit www.minklashgang.com and use the code VYBE for a special discount at checkout. Ames Parker Brand Management. Specializing in social media management and content creation, let AP help you use the power of social media to take your brand to the next level. Contact us at amesparkerbrand@gmail.com for your customized package.
Everyone,
Hello.
welcome to Vybe. It is Thursday, June 6th. I am saying a date so I can remember when I come back on the show. Like, hey, the show was on June 6th. Yeah. So I am your lovely host, Miss Lovely Chanel. Yeah, around. Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, and to my far left is the beauty. I have to make sure my left is right. Far left is the beauty, Misha.
What's going on, everyone? How you doing today?
And just to my left right here is Dale Drake Parker himself in the skin.
Thanks.
Can we say hello?
Hi.
We don't need no deep voice.
That's my regular voice.
You don't need to be buried tonight.
And my brother right here,
from a different mother.
Kareem. Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you for the claps. My name is Kareem Tillman. I go by Kareem Shon. You can find me on Instagram at Kareem.shon for Shon. I'm part of that Boom Bap. I've been featured on other podcasts. We get it in over here at Vivid Vibe. I'm glad to be back with my squad, my crew, my peoples, my brother. And, whatever we're going to do tonight, let's just do it right and let's rock it out.
Yes.
And thank you for the Hennessy.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the Hennessy.
You're
That's why I like coming
welcome.
on this show, because I know I'm going to get a good drink and it's going to get real after that.
Yes.
Oh, we need it.
Yeah?
I heard. I didn't get the questions, but I know the topic. But I was like, oh yeah, I'm drinking hard this time.
I got tagged in something online and I looked at it and I was like, you know what? This might be good for me. Like, it might be good for me to get all this out. So, we're going to keep it 100. And, I'm sure with lovely Chanel over here,
Yeah.
it's going to be kind of rambunctious and a little crazy, too. So, I'm with
I
it.
know. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Your haircut is dope, though.
It's growing back, but thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You
Thank
rocking
you.
it. It's kind of got that, like, the shovel look.
Yes.
But it looks like you did it on purpose, but
I
not really.
did.
Like, you was working hard, but not too much.
Exactly.
Yeah, son.
He know me so well. Oh, this is see.
Y'all are
Lesson
silly.
right there. A lesson.
So last month it was all about women, mental health awareness.
And how
so
crazy y'all are.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
mental awareness,
Yes,
mental health
so we
awareness.
was talking about how crazy y'all are. This was
the
like,
things that
get
we-
help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
You ever
oh,
saw
we deal
Snap?
with.
Oh.
It's the people on Snap that don't talk it out
Focus
to other
on the
people.
Things that causes it.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Causes-
Snap.
Causes women to snap.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty dope.
Like y'all imagination.
So this month
No.
right
Don't do
here,
that?
No. This month is what?
it's you guys. Cause guess what? Y'all suffer too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use my
We do.
Maya Angelou voice. Y'all suffer too.
Yeah.
Just depends. What we-
Yeah, we suffer too. Like when y'all want to talk during the game, we be suffering. You know,
Wow.
At the last minute, y'all need to go somewhere, knowing that we get ready to go somewhere first. You know, But
take us long to get
we
dressed.
won't
Y'all
go.
have to wait. Y'all suffering.
Yep, that's
You
not
know what? It depends on how long you've been in a relationship. By a certain point, you should just know, unless you like arguing and carrying on. After a while, it's just like, yo, let me tell her 2:30. Knowing we got to be there by 4. So this way, we'll get out of the house by
Hold on. My
3:30.
hair is not on purpose on this part. Okay, I see it now.
so random. What we got?
So, like Misha was saying that, what I was saying, but it's you guys' month now.
Yeah.
We want to hear y'all side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
You know?
Which
Right.
one you want to start? Want to start?
Well,
with?
I know recently, well, not recently, it was probably 2014 when I first met my lovely man I have now, KD. When I first met him, May of 2014, just after I met him, whatever. We was talking and everything, and for some reason he went MIA, out of the blue, MIA. And when I finally got a chance to talk to him and everything, found out that his cousin committed suicide in his own apartment and with Katie's gun. So like he just went to work.
Oh wow.
Maybe just got to work. I don't know. Maybe one day he'll come on the show and tell the story correctly. But this is what I know of. But went to work. As soon as he got to work, getting to clock in and everything, he get a call like, "Hey, cuz has shot himself in your bedroom." So he had to come back to his own apartment and find his cousin dead in his bed.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh wow.
So it was weird, like when he told me all that, and then when I said, "Hey, where you at?" He was still at the house when all this happened, and like you could still see like the blood and all that stuff on the wall. The only thing he said he had to take the mattress. The only thing he had to take out was the mattress.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he took it a different way because through his past he have seen death. He was in the Navy. He saw his good friend get killed right in front of him. He also lost a child.
Wow, even
Well, I
want to
say tomorrow she would have been, I want to say 11.
So he's been dealing with that grief for a long time
Yes.
too. Yeah.
And me personally, I feel like he never like talked about it or got over it. He don't know how to handle it at all. And I'm saying that because I know something like that you could kind of relate to. I don't want to say your nephew, brother.
Actually, a friend turned associate.
Okay.
And also my little brother. The friend that turned associate, he was still close within my family because he was close to my ex-wife and my kids.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So to them, he was Uncle Jason. And as far as, my personal beef with him, I'll keep that out of this. Just got nothing to do with it. But he and I had been friends. We met during a time where I had got caught cheating on my ex-wife. She came to the apartment complex I was staying at with Shorty. Big thing, big fight popped off in the parking lot. And God bless his soul, my brother Thomas, not brother from another mother, but that's my fam.
Okay.
He saw all of it take place in the parking lot. I had just met him that night. It happened dead in the parking lot. So I came back upstairs. Thomas looked at me. He was like, "I guess you're gonna need a place to stay, huh?" And I was like,
wow.
"Yeah." And that's what started our relationship. And in the apartment was Jason. So it was Jason, Brandon, and Thomas, and now me to some sort. Well, fast forward, they would lose their place, and they came to me and my ex-wife, like, "Yo, we need a place to stay." So I'm like, "Yo, Thomas, you good all day. Jason,
Hook go the number to that shelter place downtown.
But you put good out in the world, you tend to get good back. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So, me and ex-wife, I spoke about it, and we was cool. I would end up living with Jason for like 3 years. He was the guy on the couch. Like, you ever seen the movie with Dave Chappelle in them?
Oh, half-baked.
Half Baked.
Yes.
The guy on the couch.
Yes.
He was the guy on
don't
the
move.
couch, and he was white. So
Oh.
he was the guy on the couch. The thing about it, yeah, literally. The thing about it was, after me and her broke up and divorced, he stayed, not saying that he stayed the whole time, but, he would live with them off and on. And apparently one time, he was living in a space of his own, and he had bought a gun. And he called my ex-wife like, yo, I got this gun. You should see it. Da, 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 da. And then, he called her again. And this time my kids were on the phone with him. They was on speaker. So he was talking about the gun. Then he started talking about how he was going to kill himself and use the gun. So at the time, my 14-year-old son, my 19-year-old daughter, and my 8-year-old daughter is on the phone with him. And they're like, no, don't do it. Like, come to the crib. Like, we'll cook, we'll eat, we'll chill. And he was like, yeah. And then the next day, she didn't hear from him. And then the next day, she didn't hear from him. And then she ended up sending the police over to do a welfare check. And come to find out, he shot himself, and he had did it when nobody was home because he was renting a room inside of a house. So there's other tenants in the house.
Yeah, but nobody was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was going through a lot at the time, and stuff like that. So the crazy thing about it is you really never know what you may do for a person. Like this is somebody who when I saw him, I saw red every time I seen him. But I would never say anything or do anything because I don't want to cause a rift in the relationship between him and my children. I have to think about that first. You know what I'm saying? So to them, it's like, yo, I lost my uncle. To me, I'm like, yo, Thomas, I hope you handling that. Because Thomas know my heart.
Wow.
So, so that was my first instance. And then my second experience and that sort was my little brother in January. Like, that sucked. It
I
still
understand.
sucks.
Believe me, I truly understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Exactly. Recently 2 months ago, I lost my mom. And it's hard. How can you? It's hard to even talk about it sometimes.
The crazy thing is, in our culture, we're, especially men, we're forced to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not that we choose to. It's almost like we're forced to. It's almost like we're bred to, in a sense, right? Especially depending on your upbringing. So for me, I'm the oldest of 3 on my mom's side. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, in every bit of the word, is a single parent. So, coming up under her, she was a tough cookie, so she gave us tough love. Like, she was tough on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we couldn't slack. Like, we had to be on our shit. So, when you grow up with that and you're kind of forced to be the man early, right, due to your circumstances, I don't know if we really even take the moment to take that and absorb it ourselves for the most part.
Right.
You know, and part of that process is getting over the anger. Like, I'm still angry, not at my little brother, but I'm angry at the situation because the way my little brother did it, there's no clue. Like, there's no clue. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows nothing. And even if we did have an answer, like, why? It still wouldn't justify it, right?
That's true.
But it's still like, yo, if any of us would have known anything, we would have made different decisions. Straight up.
Believe me, I understand.
And I lost an aunt to suicide this year too. God bless her. Shirley,
wow.
my great
It's
great
just
aunt.
been-
That was my mother's aunt.
Really?
Yeah, she was, one of my great grandmother's, last kids. So she was probably late 60s, early 70s. And
Really?
this
Wow.
happened, what we in June now?
Yeah.
This happened in April.
Wow.
So I've been getting, if it is in my family, that is a friend. Like, I have a really good friend who lost her mom. I got a really good friend that lost her dad not too long ago. So it's like, it's just falling off. So I seek help. I go see a therapist.
Oh,
That's
really?
right. That's the key. And I mean,
That's
Yep.
with,
I'm surprised. To be honest, I'm surprised. Because a lot of men I know of don't want to talk to somebody because they want to be like, I'm the tough guy.
Right.
I can handle this. I'm the man,
Well,
this and that.
You kind of forced. We're forced. That's the best way I can put it. We're forced to be tough about shit. It's not like we just want to not talk about it. Like, I'm 33 and I still struggle with, like, just expressing emotions or just saying, hey, something's bothering me or whatever the case may be. But when it goes to, like, suicide, me personally, I've thought about it, and then it's like you have that attempt.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a learning phase where it's like, you know what? You sit down and your thoughts get the best of you. It's kind of like, situation not going to change. Fuck it. That's really like how it starts. And at this time, I think I was like 15 or 16. I can't even tell you what I was like really going through at that time. I just didn't give a shit about nothing.
Right.
So it was just like one of the moments like, fuck it. It's just, I'm going to do it. And then, I don't know, it's just like you had that flash. Something happens to you and you just kind of like venture off to like futuristic shit.
Yeah.
And then you come to reality. Like, if I would have did it, then I wouldn't even be blessed the way I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't
and
be
it's
here
like,
to be blessed, right?
yeah, like
Right.
you got to think about it like this, man. That shit is serious, and
It is.
it's because suicide pushes you to the point where it's like your thoughts have literally taken over,
Exactly.
and you start believing the shit that's going on in your head, and it's like, well, this shit not gonna get any better. That's why I don't speak negatively. I don't, because that's like the start of it.
So is that your way of dealing with depression? Is you just kind of block it, like don't really try to acknowledge it?
Now, no, you just had a moments where you just talk to yourself. It's like, it's going to be all right. Like, pay attention to the things you have.
No, you don't answer yourself back. You should be okay.
You say what?
Don't
No,
answer yourself back.
Nah, sometimes you need to.
Right.
Oh, no, all bullshit.
Chanel, you okay? Y'all good?
got
girl?
to.
But you
I'm
laughing,
good.
but that shit helps.
For real.
If y'all
It
laughing
does.
at that shit, it helps.
But
It
you know
really
what?
You'll
Y'all
talk
be
yourself
answering
out of
yourselves
some
and not even knowing it. 'Cause you be like, where I put them damn keys? I don't know where I put them
Yeah.
damn keys.
You
That's
had
you
a
answering yourself.
And then people
by the
be
way.
like, huh? Like, what? Oh, I'm just talking. I'm dealing with it. I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Don't mind
I
me.
literally do that to myself
hear me
back.
say that?
Yeah, we
literally-
heard you say that.
I literally be like, Chanel, really? Yep, really. Really, Chanel. Yep. Okay. So, yeah.
But no, sometimes I always tell people now, because it's like you get that stigma where, I come on this goddamn podcast every Thursday, and it's like, man, they don't got to figure it out. That's the persona people like to put on me. And they'd be like, if you only knew the shit that I've been through to get where I'm at,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even, it's one of those things I start telling myself constantly, and I tell people too, man, he not going to put you through nothing you're not built for.
That's
Right.
real. He's not going
Period.
to put more on your shoulders.
You're
than you
not.
can bear.
And so
Exactly.
when you get that stress, it's like, man, I can't deal with this job. I can't deal with these people, these kids, whatever the case may be. Start reminding yourself, like, hey, I'm good. Like, that's what I'm here for. And it's like the people around me now, like, I have a team. I do.
That's
I appreciate
dope.
each and every
Right.
last one of them. Like, the switch up that I did, it worked and it helped because it's like the appreciation is there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like they'll constantly, these girls up here do it all the time where it's like, hey, you got to accept that we fuck with you, cut for you. And I'll be like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, me and this one here to the right is hell of a path, man. But that's my dog.
That's
He
what's
used to
up.
cheat on me. Not on me, but cheat in the math class.
Girl would not let that
Oh,
shit
okay.
go.
He used to cheat
No,
off of
not
you.
off me, yeah. Not on me.
I never cheated on you. No.
So
I
it's
helped you through the modules. You know how you go through the modules, you
Yeah,
pass
like
it, and
how
you get to
do-
leave the class early?
yeah.
How can I cheat on that if I'm knocking modules out by the first?
If,
you know, to
if
take
he's-
that
if
main
he's
test
walking
and
out
it knocks
before
out
you-
all of them.
If he's walking out before you, then
Have I ever left you behind? No.
He always, what's the answer? Damn, I'm trying to finish. What's the answer?
But you gave it to him,
So
though.
full of shit. She's so full
You
of
gave him
shit.
the
I'm
answer,
like, well, you
though.
walk out first, then I just
We
come
helped
out
each other out
laughing.
though. That was a
Right.
weird ass math class.
So if you guys have any people out there, if you have any stories or questions that you want to ask us, we have the number
Right there.
right there. So we'd love to hear what you guys
phone calls.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
take
Up
phone
it up.
calls
We moving
now,
up on
right?
the pyramid.
But
I think for
to kind of go back to it real quick before we change topics or whatnot. I think I said this before. If you feel like you're thinking about suicide or the depression, man, I constantly tell people it don't matter if it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Get up and move around. When them thoughts start kicking your ass, get up and go do something. Go play the game. Go jog. Go run. Watch a comedy. Do something to get your mind out of it. And a lot of times it's always at night.
Yeah, it is.
When the world, you feel like the world stops.
Oh,
Everybody's
yes.
sleeping, then the world's silent.
Yes.
That's when it kicks in.
And you know, I think
that's actually one thing I was going to ask you guys about.
What's
Like,
that?
how do y'all deal with depression and the thoughts? So you kind of answered that.
I have a lot of like quotes in my phone. A shitload. I have well over 200 quotes in my phone.
Okay.
And I'll send them out to people every now and then if I just feel the energy when I get up.
I haven't got one
somebody dealing with something. If somebody is dealing with something or whatnot, and that helps. And then my kids, man, my kids, like, they keep me level.
Right.
If I'm frustrated or stressed out about something, which is
Beat
funny
them.
now.
Oh, no.
Nah, it's funny now because my boys are old enough to have cell phones, so I get a kick out of it because I know they struggle with certain reading words. So it's like, oh, you want to text? So Keyshawn was like, hey, Dad, what are you doing today? He's like, what are you about to do? I said, I know he can't read the word podcast. I know he can't. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go do the podcast. What are you doing, bro? He was just like, okay. I knew he couldn't read this shit. But no, man, I mean, for
It'd
me,
be like me putting Google and
yeah.
sound
But
out.
now my kids be cheating the system. They push the little speaker and then they talking to
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do it Google.
Yeah. But no, seriously, if it is, man, for the most part, you got moments, man. And with this photography thing we did, that shoot your shot shit that we did last week.
Yeah, no
it
invite.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah,
We'll get
no
on that
invite.
off air.
Yeah, no invite.
I
it's a
know,
major
no
move.
And the
invite.
pictures came out dope. Shout out to Moon.
Thank you. I was
Right?
behind the
Yeah,
camera the
okay.
whole
It's
time.
It's a major move getting made. That's,
Look, I was
that's
behind
for
the
another
camera.
day. But like I said, you just gotta find quotes and then have the right people around you that you feel like you can call on.
Yeah.
What about you, Reem? What ways do you do to deal with it?
Deal with what? What part? What's the question?
Depression thoughts, if you have
Oh.
like depressive thoughts, that kind of thing.
So I have anxiety, and I have, I slide in and out of depression just like most normal people, I believe.
Right.
Anxiety for me is a little different. The more comfortable I am, the easier it is for me to get through it. For me, normally when it happens, when it kicks in, it's before I'm getting ready to do a new presentation for a client. Usually something new, something that if I can't see what's around the corner, it'll start to kick in. Or if I
Right.
start to become real stressed about something, it'll kick in.
I got you.
For me, music helps a lot.
Oh.
It helps a lot because it'll put you in a different zone.
Right.
So for me, music helps a lot. For me, there's kind of different levels to it. So maybe playing Mortal Kombat will help because I'm taking the frustration out while I'm doing the move. So video games has always been cool
Madden.
for me. Music is always I can't play sports games. Like it has to be a fighting game.
No, I
'Cause
have to.
if I lose or you steal the ball, like the
If fight gonna be for
it's
real.
going bananas after
No,
that.
but that's why
Especially if
that's why
I
I
lose.
play it, and I go hard in the paint by myself. I go hard. I will cuss the TV smooth the fuck out.
Question. You said you play fighting games and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you played that new game? I might say it wrong. Sorry, Katie. Days Gone or Gone Days. Have you heard of that?
Nah, because
I'm out the loop on games.
Fortunately, I don't have time for long playing games.
Oh, okay.
So I got to do something where it's quick and right to the point.
Yeah.
So
Something
Mortal
like
Kombat works for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what I play too.
And the fucked up part is I buy like Call of Duty and all these other games, Rainbow
Walking
Six
Dead.
and all of them.
Right.
And I never have the time to even learn how to
Yeah,
get
it's
through
straight.
How to play
the intro parts, like the basic trainings. I don't even
Right.
get through that part. And it pisses me off because my son will get through it and I'll be like, damn, I wanted to. You couldn't even call me when you was going to play it? Like, come on. At least I could have seen it. So I get frustrated with that. As far as what made me seek help for, my anxiety, my depression, my situations, I was encouraged, in the
Okay.
beginning, and I thought it would be helpful. So here's the thing: if I got to give a tip, like how you gave your tip,
Yeah, you got to.
my tip is don't just go see anybody.
Right.
Like if you really about wanting to change and wanting to get the help that you need, you need to go interview these psychiatrists or
Yes.
psychotherapists. You need to interview them as if you're hiring them for a job.
Right.
Exactly, you are hiring them for a job to
Because
fix
you are,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
I'm
to
paying you to
help
listen.
you.
Yeah.
Help me.
And every shoe doesn't fit. Like I knew, and it's nothing against anyone, but I knew that I wanted an older black therapist, and it had to be a female, because a lot of my problems or my situations dealt with women. So I didn't want to
Gotcha.
go to a guy. How are you going to advise me about how to deal with,
And he
at
probably
that
ain't gotta
time, my
figure it out.
ex-wife, or even
Yeah.
today? Like, how are you going to tell me how to deal with my situations if you ain't got kids?
Right.
So I would encourage you to interview these people and feel them out. So this way you feel like you can relate to me, not just professionally, but personally as well, because I need that.
Gotcha.
I know you said like the therapist. Do y'all believe it? I'm not gonna say. Do y'all believe in taking medicine for it?
No.
Medication.
I take
personally,
zero medicine.
I do. I take medicine.
Yeah.
Cause I know
Um,
women would fast to take a pill.
Yeah,
versus
but
I'm
of course
70,
men
30.
don't.
Real
I
talk.
would pop a pill any
Me
day.
personally,
I went from 0 to 70-30 about it.
me as a male personally, I just go away from. I'm just not a fan of it because what happens is it's a chemical imbalance, and they're
Right.
saying it fixes you, but it really throws you off because there's a side effect. For every pill, there's a side effect.
Yeah, but see that.
I'm just saying for me.
I get
Because
your
the
point, but
pills will do
that's not for
shit-
everybody.
Cause you know
though.
in the
Differently than
background, you
everybody.
Yeah.
take this pill for depression, but
Yeah.
it might give
But
you
then
might
it's
kill
like,
yourself.
okay, say you're taking pills for depression and you're taking pills for anxiety and
Right.
you're taking pills for like what the fuck ever you got going.
Right.
Like it's gonna throw you off.
Well, that's why the relationship between you and your personal doctor and the other doctors you seeing outside of
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
just-
so important that you keep them all in line. Like, not to put all my business in the street, but my oldest daughter takes, several different medications. And
Okay.
we, and us as her parents, we always have to make sure that while she's getting something different from someone else, that the main PCP knows what's popping and can maybe give a second opinion on what that may be. So that's real important. You surely don't want to go, just popping anything. That's
Especially
real
street
talk.
pills.
Like let's say this for instance. Okay, we can use depression, right?
Yeah.
The focus for this shit is, I guess, like I said, it's just a mental thing
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's not mentally strong, but for me, it's like I don't know how I gained it, where I got it from, what makes me tick the way I do when it come to shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like my mind to be like, the brain is powerful, man.
Absolute.
It named itself.
You
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, when it comes to the whole medication thing, my mind be like, if a man could come out and say what he could say
Mhm.
without the backlash, do you really need the medication if you were able to talk and not feel judged or crucified every time?
Nah,
you say something?
it's not about that. Right now, you're kind of mixing the water between having treatment and freedom of speech, basically. Like that's what you just
You know
kind
what I'm
of
saying?
tied
A
together.
mental release. Like if I'm going through something or I'm insecure about something about myself or the situation I've been in, or it's like if a male's been raped or molested or
Mhm.
violated or
Mhm.
no love from a parent, it's these things that have occurred with men that there's no outlet. So if we don't have an outlet to come out and say things, then the insecurity the anxiety kicks in, the depression kicks in. Being bipolar kicks in,
Yeah.
all these things kick in because
Well,
their inner thoughts are stuck inside.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I feel like it ain't nothing wrong with taking the little pill.
Mhm.
Due to,
That's what I
because
said for me.
some people out there that really need that medication to calm them down, to actually say, hey, because some men, I'm good, but you're really not good. You
Right.
probably do need that little extra little help. Because I am with someone that do take medication for these different items, for
Yeah.
depression, for exactly bipolar, God
Yeah.
forgive me for laughing, but bipolar and all this other stuff. actually take medication for that to keep him in order. 'Cause if he don't,
Right.
he's gonna slip up and he'll be
Right.
a different
Don't-
person.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
Don't
I
get me
won't-
It's
wrong.
I
not
don't
now.
want to tell
To me,
nobody out
pills
there.
are
No,
not a
Yeah, I'm
end
not
all
saying
be all.
that.
But like you said, they do help. Like if I don't
Calm
take
them
mine,
down.
like
You might
I
have
can
the extra
tell, like if
person
I
in
don't
your
take
head
mine,
talk to you
I
in
can
your
tell
back.
like my anxiety, like everything starts. It's bad.
So-
So you have to.
But that's why I said what I said.
Mm.
It's just for me. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is with me
Yeah.
mentally where it doesn't happen. So,
Mm.
like I've said before, I think it was around December. I said, man, I started meeting a lot of people that had anxiety and depression,
Mhm.
and we were kind of getting to it because my attitude be like, get up and get the fuck up out of that. And they like, dude, it's not that easy. And then it's
Yeah.
like, well,
And-
damn, how did I figure it out? Why
Yeah.
was I able to mentally get out of this shit? And then other people aren't. Now I'm struggling with, okay, how do I help people get out of it?
You
'Cause
you
it's-
you
it's
help
beatable.
you help people by moving in their own way because everybody is so different. Like how she may deal with it may be totally different how I
Right.
deal with it and
Exactly.
vice versa.
Right.
So when you
Right.
say to other people, yo, just get up and go do something, it's offensive to me
Right.
because
Mhm.
that's not my coping
Right.
mechanism and you're making it seem easy for
Especially
you
grieving.
when I got that
Uh-huh.
issue. So
Especially
I'm going to
grieving.
immediately be
Just
defensive.
Me personally,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't,
So
like,
if you want to
yeah.
help me, then ask me like, yo,
What can
walk
I
me
do?
through it with the questions that will help me to open up to you. Like,
Right.
yo, how do you normally cope with it? What's work? Ask. You know what? Start the question with asking
Let's
me what
smoke weed.
hasn't worked,
Oh.
because we want to talk about the shit that don't work.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Find the actual
yo,
solution.
I tried kicking puppies. That shit ain't work.
I
Okay,
don't
so
want you
then
to
what?
kill
What
puppies, Vic.
that didn't work. So what
I've
else?
never
No
kicked
Michael
a
Vick.
puppy, by the way.
Yeah.
No Michael Vick.
I've tossed one over a balcony. I've
No, you-
never kicked one.
I actually killed a dog, but that's
Joe-
another
Joey's gonna
story.
Joey's gonna come back on me on that one. Shout out to Joey in New York.
Yes,
That's family.
But yeah, because sometimes people will think, especially in our culture and everything, oh, don't take a pill because that's what they want you to take. So they think if you take this, it's gonna make you good. If you stop taking it and you start feeling a certain way, you have to go back to that pill. It's for more money in their pocket for you to get the pills.
That's
And this
just,
and that.
yeah, that's
That's what they would say. And then I'm thinking like, it was like 50-50 on me. Cause I'm like, no, I don't want to take no pill. Cause what happened? This pill not working. It's just in my head. Cause you told me it gonna work for me. So I'm gonna take this pill. Now, no, I'm really okay. I'm gonna take the pill. Now I feel better.
Well,
I'm gonna
we're
taking the
missing
pill.
a whole situation.
It's a
I
lot of
want to
dynamics
make
that
I
go
want to
into
make
it.
sure we
I
touch on
don't-
this because we're missing something huge.
Yes.
The government sells dope. The government sells dope every day.
Absolutely.
Right? There's commercials that run every day
Exactly.
of the dope that government push, and it's okay. And it'd be like, hey, if you have dry eyes, take this pill, but it may cause
Diarrhea.
stomach aches, anal drippage,
Right.
Thoughts
short
of
dick,
suicide.
Yeah.
thoughts of suicide. And you're
Rogaine
thinking to
actually-
yourself like,
Rogaine
yo,
actually
I don't want my eyes to be
causes
dry,
anal-
but do I want to
anal-
be considering suicide because
confused
I'm
on that.
taking a pill?
Right.
Just like for
The
women,
side effects are worse than the actual.
what's that thing called? The
My neck was
IDU.
hurting. Now I
Well,
can't. I can't pee.
Take
I can't
this.
this. I can't.
You'll stop having kids, but you might mess up your whole body
That's why I
on the
said it's
inside.
just-
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
won't. It take a lot for me to be like, all right, let me go just take this pill.
Yeah.
But most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Yeah. But nah, for real, man. If dudes are feeling some kind of way, you should, even
Yeah.
if you keep it. Look, man. Tony Soprano had a therapist. Bobby Axelrod got a therapist. It's okay.
Big Sean just
It's
took
okay.
a year off.
Right. Big ups
go
to
get
him
up.
for that.
Charlamagne.
Oh, Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Charlamagne
Kid Cudi
take-
too.
he admit he-
Charlamagne's an
He take it
advocate for
every.
therapists.
Yeah.
He's going every
Because
Friday.
It's one of those things where you can go release and then
No judgment.
no judgment.
Mm.
To a certain
To a
people,
certain,
like I
yeah.
said,
Because if
I
they're not trying
do my
to
own shit.
guide you somehow, then that's not the right doctor
Yeah.
for you. Like you don't want
And
someone who's
two,
gonna
you
be
want to
like,
make
yeah.
Yes,
sure that
you don't need no
your,
yes
whoever your
person.
therapist is, that they also have a therapist too, because they need somebody to lean on as well.
That's why I said my shit was
So-
backwards. I just,
If I was a therapist, I would marry a therapist.
I wouldn't either.
Like, let's keep each other sharp.
you sound like KD with that shit. Still stropping still. Like,
Right? Yeah.
But
It is. I mean, for the most part, it's just like I say. Any men. That's not a lot of men that watch our shit, but if they do, I mean, I think it's just time for us to kind of like step up, especially with me being behind this mic every week. It's like it's cool. It's all right to say you care.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right to be like that shit hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't like this, and talk about certain shit.
It's okay to say it was a one night stand.
No,
she hurt
you
my
taking
feelings
shit
and
the
she
wrong
didn't
way.
call me
Anyway,
back.
no.
We ain't gonna co-sign that tonight.
Absolutely
But I
not.
will say
Why
this:
she won't call me?
this past Monday, I was on a different podcast, and some similar topics like this came up. And I don't want to shift gears because I'm not sure how you wanted to lay out the show or anything like that.
You good?
But one of the things that was discussed was men's sensitivity. And the way that women challenge that sensitivity. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about, so this is about mental health as well, right?
Absolutely.
It is.
But
Yes.
at the same time, your emotions, your moods, that plays a major part with your mental health as well,
does.
right?
Absolutely.
And if you don't have a way of releasing that, some men are afraid to cry, especially in front of women, because it's looked at as a weakness, and that women may try to, verbally,
it might find its way back to be
just
used
get
in a
at
negative
him
way.
about it. You know what I'm saying? So
Why you acting like a bitch?
Nah, it ain't
Yeah,
that. It's
why
like
you acting
wasn't
like a
saying
bitch?
all that shit when you was crying? Like a nigga don't want to hear that after I done told you like some shit hurt, and you want to come back and bring that bullshit to my doorstep, and then it's like, well, you ain't telling nobody your feelings for what? Fuck, I'm gonna sit here and talk about my feelings for if
So we
at the
can
end of the day
understand each
it's bullshit.
other.
If you're gonna really genuinely care about somebody's feelings,
Right.
you intake what they say and then you do something about it. You don't intake it and then find a way to stab them with the shit that they told you.
and
Yeah, that's why this happened to you
Yeah,
that
like
way.
that shit.
right,
Wow.
That's why your dick little.
and that's why I think a lot of men outside of how we're raised, right? We in our culture, we don't really go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes an act of Congress to get your mother to go to the hospital or whatever it may be. You
Shit,
see what I'm saying?
unnecessarily expensive.
My man was
Eh, eh.
having walking pneumonia, and he didn't want to go.
He
to
didn't
the
want to go to the
hospital.
hospital, right?
Graduation day, walking pneumonia. Walk across stage, half
it's some
dead.
shit I
So
don't
so
fucking
now
play with.
Right.
so now here it is. I'm raised a certain way, and I'm in this relationship, and I'm dealing with problems. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm dealing with my father not being there. I'm dealing with being molested. I'm dealing with being, bullied at school. Now I might have made it through these things, but this is what I'm still dealing with inside. And now, I don't know how to cope with it, right?
Yes.
And I'm frustrated, and now I'm in this relationship with this woman, and all I know is how to take things out on her because I'm not getting the proper treatment.
Right.
All that kind of goes back to everything that we've been discussing, which is how do I, first of all, how do I even identify that I need help? How do I find that help? Because, there's not many places that's really, pushing, we're here to help. We're here to help. It's not like back in the days anymore.
Right.
I think
So
that there's
it's a
just
lot
maybe-
of challenges even in the course of that journey of finding help for these situations and making you a better person.
for
Right.
sure.
So
Do you feel like the media plays a big part in stigma of men not wanting to get help?
I think Tyler Perry is a huge problem.
He
Why?
was a
Dude,
man,
dude.
homeless in his
Dude.
car,
I'm
met
gonna tell you why.
Oprah,
I'm gonna tell
turned
you
rich.
why. This
Do
is the
tell.
thing. I'm all for supporting my black people, do whatever it is, but there's never been a fucking movie that literally highlights a good dude.
Daddy's
Nah.
little girl.
who?
Daddy's
That's
little girl.
one. What else?
Which
I'm not
one-
taking that
which
away.
one
I'm
had,
not taking that away.
my man Idris
But what
in
I'm
it?
saying,
Yeah,
his
Daddy's
his
little girl.
Daddy's little girl.
typical movies are what?
But there's always a good
I'm just
guy.
Right,
asking
but
a question.
but a lot of them are geared towards
Listen
women.
to what I'm saying. Understand what I'm getting at when
But
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying,
this.
like, there's always a good guy that would
All right, fine. Y'all want to finish? I don't give a
No,
shit.
no.
Point being,
save her. There's always a Superman in there.
point being,
Man
the-
whoop
when
beat
you
her
get the
ass.
good guy shit, what's the guy with the fucking eyes? The light skinned cat.
Boris.
Oh, Michael. You
No.
talking about Michael
Oh.
Ealy?
That guy.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, he always like, I'm here to save you, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's like, Nate, give me a movie where it's like it's literally based on that. It's not a lot of them. I'm not saying that it's
You're right.
none,
There really isn't.
but it's not a lot of movies that really just big
But
up
look
guys.
who he-
We either gangsters, basketball players, some type of goddamn drug dealer, or it's like, oh, a woman in
rapper,
distress and then
somehow
I
a
come and
rapper.
save her. It's never like What? It'd be dope to see a movie where the roles are reversed. A dude struggling, trying to take care of 3 fucking kids all by herself, and then this woman does come in and then changes the atmosphere of the situation.
Wait, that was a Tyler Perry movie.
I'm not.
He's saying
Wait.
there needs to be
Oh
more
my God,
movie.
y'all
He's-
literally a
no, no,
nightmare.
no.
I'm
he's
saying if
there
there's
needs
got to
be
be
more.
more of something, describe
be-
something that Tyler
Okay.
Perry ain't do.
Okay,
No,
Tyler
I
Perry.
get
That's
what
all I'm
you're-
asking.
I get
Tyler
what you're
Perry
saying, Deb.
audience.
You're
Tyler
wanting
Perry
to-
audience is mostly women.
Doesn't
Saying,
matter.
It's mostly
I'm
women.
I'm
Doesn't
saying
matter.
I'm talking
Again,
about
it's not
like
a fucking enough.
that.
You didn't hear that?
Exactly.
It's not enough.
When
got
you can only on one
y'all name
hand
one
can-
fucking movie.
Right.
But it's from Tyler Perry. We got other movies.
I'm gonna keep it real. After these drinks, it's hard for me to think of positive things. So,
What about
okay, not positive things, but your movie things.
No, fuck.
So,
I'm saying even a TV show. Give me one.
It's true.
Family Matters was a great show with a
Yes.
great black
Oh, okay.
family with a
What year was
strong
that?
black father.
That's in the
I ain't
90s.
talking
No,
about
no,
right
no, no, no,
fucking
no,
now.
motherfucker! You didn't
No.
say
Yes,
what
I
year.
did.
You
You
said
didn't say-
give
I
you
literally
a
said
show.
we need
I
more
did that.
of. We had this shit in the 90s. We had
Cause like
Family
The
Matters,
Brothers,
Fresh
that's
Prince
a
of
good
Bel-Air,
movie.
Yeah.
all that fucking shit. We had that. I'm saying right here, right now.
In the
Where the fuck
2019.
is it where black men are literally not out
I
here
ain't got
getting
my
fucked
phone.
over in these streets? There's a persona put out there for us
The producer
Love
of
and
the
Hip
show
Hop.
that we
took my
have to
phone
sit
and
there
I
and deal
can't
with.
find
I
it.
fucking hate Love and Hip Hop. It make every black male trash. Except the dude
The
that
whole
date
shit,
Yandy and that
though.
nigga in jail.
Scrap.
Scrap
They
jail?
fucked over Scrap in
No.
the beginning. He eventually crossed over to, okay, it's good for you to be good now. Because you sold your soul for $1. Everybody that's on there sold their soul for $1. I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
what
but
nobody says.
the majority of them on there
But that's
don't
today
get money
age.
like
We're not
that.
talking. Okay, today age
We are
like.
talking about right now.
We are talking about right now.
Love and Hip Hop's
But
right
I'm
now.
saying
You
today
don't-
age is
There's not
different.
Wait, skirt.
They want
skirt.
relax. They want
We
everything
got to
to be
bring this back
reality.
to men's mental health. Thank
It's
you.
not
What's
enough.
the next question?
Go
No, I
ahead.
mean that's the one I was.
That's all you got?
The media.
Social media. What's your
That's
next
a big one. Is that for
Yeah.
social media? And you actually
don't
guys
fuck with
answered
it.
most of the ones. Like I was gonna ask, like especially about men not wanting to actually come to other men to ask for help. Like
I don't
That's
know.
a big-
I don't think that's true.
to
I
a
don't-
certain
I don't think
extent,
that's-
to
I'm
a
more
certain
of that-
extent, a lot of men don't want to talk to people
They
about
would like
it.
to talk. Well, you talking about people or a certain gender?
Yeah.
I mean, either way,
Yeah.
both of them.
Because
For-
I
for-
feel like a man can go to a woman, but they probably can't go to.
Another
Another
man.
man.
Yeah.
why I
Nah,
said
that's
from my
not true.
perspective, I'm different. I'm kind of like that big brother all the time.
Me too.
If I know something's up,
100%.
I'm gonna hit you up and be like, "Yo, you good?"
Yep.
You know, and I
Like, how did I speak to you when you came in
Yeah.
tonight? Like,
me and Kareem
long
have
day?
conversations like when that shit happened with his brother. I didn't do no post. I didn't message him. I waited till I seen him. First thing I
Yes.
did, I came in and gave Kareem a hug.
Exactly.
Didn't
Same
say
here.
shit to him. Just give him a hug.
and I knew what it was.
Right.
Yeah,
And I knew
it's-
what it was. 'Cause
It's
of our
understood.
relationship, it's
What
understood.
do I need to come to you? I hate that fucking question. Are you all right? No, motherfucker, I'm not all right. That's a stupid
Good
question.
question.
Stop
Yeah.
asking people
For some
are they
reason,
all right
I feel
after
like
You
when
know,
a
somebody
you know
person
what
died.
I
who
hate
just
to
lost
hear?
a-
You know what I hate to
Yeah.
hear? How was the funeral? Like, I hate to hear that shit. Like,
It was
you want
great.
gossip about
Oh my
something
gosh.
stupid.
Hold on, wait a minute.
A
Who
lot of
asked
people
Somebody
who
that?
asked that. Yeah,
A
a lot
lot
of
of
people.
Oh,
people.
Fucking
I don't know
face.
nobody
It
who
was
asked
great.
that.
The
Aunt
full-
LaShonda fell out
perfect.
on top of the casket. Like, if anyone ever asks y'all how was the funeral, all
Right.
they want is the
I'm
gossip.
the wrong guy.
They want to know who fell out, who was crying too much.
That would be me
Don't
and my
entertain
funeral.
Now you
Me and
that
gotta
my
shit.
hit
mom
with the, you
funeral.
gotta hit it with the man. The way they closed that casket, dog. The way they shut that shit down.
Right.
Yo, what?
I'm like that funeral
Like,
food was
come
off the
on, bro.
chain.
I'm
Right.
at the end of
Right.
the day, man. Like I said, I decided a while back when we did this, it was like
We had to
you
drag
step on this
Auntie off.
platform, you know. Like I said, I'm not afraid to go to somebody and be like, "Hey, if you want to talk, I'm here to talk."
Yeah.
And I tell anybody that, any male. I mean, me and Tut talk all
Yeah.
the time. Where
Yeah,
it's
Tut's
like I
dope,
just
man.
hit him
Shout out
up.
to
Yo,
King Tut.
you straight, bro? You good?
Mhm.
You just had a baby. So I know
Congrats.
his lifestyle is new to him.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Me and KD talk all the time. KD comes meet up and we'll talk 3-4 hours. Because it's like gaps when we see each other. So when we talk, just
You
like
catching up.
shit. And I
Yeah.
listen to my bro all the time. Like
Right.
that's real cool.
But you know what? Everybody may not have that relationship. My
Exactly.
peoples know that I have it with them, and they got it with me. But even if you don't, there's somebody in your camp, whether it's someone in your family or if it's a friend, that you could turn to. So
Can't be scared to do
you
it.
should. Yeah, you definitely can't. And you know what's funny is, going back to the podcast I was on Monday, the fellas that I was around was like, nah, we're men. We can't vent. We don't vent. I'm like, you out of your motherfucking mind. Like, I call my peoples and be like, yo, don't say shit. Just let me air out.
No.
Right.
Go in.
I'm going to nip that shit. Any dude that say he don't vent, he full of shit. You want to know when we vent? Guys' night. Nigga would sit there and complain about shit in that household all fucking night.
Yeah, y'all can't tell me y'all don't complain in barbershops.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. Like,
no.
Barbershops is
different.
Sports talk.
Barbershops is different.
It's all about who the fuck is right at that point. It's straight debates in the barbershop.
Politics and shit like
I'm talking about when it's guys and we out drinking. Man,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
tell you, it's you get it out. We all do
they
it.
still have
The
poker
barbershop is the black man's country club. There's
Yeah.
other black men there. There's other black women there. There's TVs. Depending on what barbershop you in, there may be a bottle of Paul Masson in there.
Yeah.
The Hustle Man is in there. It's the black country club. We don't go in there to voice our opinions
it's
about
not
our
that.
wives and everything. We go up in there to
straight shit
politic
talking.
and bullshit.
Straight shit talk.
I apologize.
Answer
I
that.
thought that.
To answer
I
this
decided to say,
question,
Okay.
what can women do to help men dealing with depression and anxiety? How can we be there and support child here? To support in the men in our lives.
You know what? I'm so happy that you are you because you're going to bring more peace to the world because you're going to spark the mind of other women and they're going to listen to you. They're going to be like, fuck it. Lovely Chanel said it.
Put out the past. Pull it out. You depressed, babe?
Before we end the show,
I can't front that. Helps a lot.
before we
That helps a lot. Like,
You gotta release something.
let's make that the first go-to before y'all even be like, what's wrong? Just go in. Thank you.
Y'all welcome.
So before we
Sponsored
end
by
the show,
Lovely
I want
Chanel.
us to do something different. Like, I want me and Chanel to say something positive about the men in this room.
Oh, okay, because my man not here, so I can't say none of that type of
No, I want you to be.
That includes our engineer. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
in the
Mike's
room.
awesome.
Okay.
He's a awesome. So, Dale, I want to say I love your mind frame. I'm glad that you is my partner, my good friend, and you brought me from here to here with your positivity. Cause me, I've been right here still. Cause you know how I am. Boo over there, looking like LL. I love the beard.
Thank you.
I love the beard. I bet
Thank
all
you.
them girls be trying to pull it.
Nah,
Shout out to wifey.
That
But,
don't happen. Nah, that
Mm.
don't happen.
Oh, Paul, you. But otherwise than that, I love how you speak. I love your mind. I love everything about you.
Thank you.
Hat, beard, glasses, your heart.
Thank you.
No,
Just saying.
For me, I'm
appreciate
gonna
that.
say, for you, Reem, your passion, just for life and just what you do, I appreciate that, and the fact that you always are spitting knowledge, always.
Thank you.
So I appreciate that.
My passion gets me in trouble sometimes.
It gets a lot of men in trouble.
Depending
To
on
Dale,
what passion you're
Dale, my
talking
brother.
about.
To Dale, my brother.
I'm telling you, that shit. Go ahead.
I'm proud of you for everything that you do, and I want you to keep doing it. Keep raising
Hell.
the kings that you keep raising the kings that you had.
Oh yeah.
Keep doing that.
So are we closing
And
out?
that's-
Like, do I get a chance to say?
You
anything?
want to
You
say
can say
something?
something.
Oh,
Go
hold on,
ahead,
we
go
got
ahead.
Mike.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike, for
'cause
making me
I
look
can say-
good every Thursday. Making me sound like I'm just a crunk bitch on this show. Thank you. Because I really sound like this. Okay.
Nah, cause we gotta uplift each other. So Del, I've seen you come to the studio every week, grinding hard. We've become personal friends.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the support that you shown me with that boom bap. Thank you for coming on our show. Thank you for sharing our content online. That shit is huge. I appreciate that. I show the same love by making sure that I share your content. But outside of that, you've always been a solid dude. And I appreciate that because there's not enough of us. Like
It is.
in a moment, they're going to have to go to a museum to see dudes like us. So I appreciate you for, sir.
Appreciate that.
Word up.
I guess I give it back so we can get out of here. Shit, man. Honestly, dude, you're inspiration to me. No joke. It's one of those things where the hustle, the passion, the consistency, the drive, like all that shit is me. And so it's like to see somebody else out there just that has that same energy. It's like, hey, I'm not alone. You know what I mean?
Not at all. You're not a lone
So
wolf.
I appreciate it, and I mean, it's a lot of shit that's about to happen that's going
Absolutely.
down. So
The
And
Me
with
Too
that-
moment. Hold on. The
Absolutely
Me Too is
not.
the.
we don't
Is
fuck
the-
with the Me
Nah,
Too
nah.
moment.
This
It's
is
not.
not. This
And
is
with
not
that,
Me Too.
Yeah,
it's
bounce
Vivid
out.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
We out.
This episode was brought to you by ladies. Step up your lash game and join the Mink Lash Gang. With over 20 lash styles, Mink Lash Gang is your go-to for high-quality, affordable mink lashes. Featuring a durable, lightweight, and easy-to-apply band, with proper care, your lashes will last up to 25 wears. Visit www.minklashgang.com and use the code VYBE for a special discount at checkout. Ames Parker Brand Management. Specializing in social media management and content creation, let AP help you use the power of social media to take your brand to the next level. Contact us at amesparkerbrand@gmail.com for your customized package.